the quote is that if you want to be happy, just be. Not many people know how to remain happy, right? Because it's a human tendency that what you are getting today, you always want something else. Nice all the times, but you have to be purpose driven as well as have sense of empathy towards the people who you work with. I can recall several such campaigns, or some award is won by my team for digital campaigns and all. So I journal everything. I do a lot of to-do lists, and is one that anything you do, please keep customer at the center of it. So that is one key mantra of life that
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel startuplanes.com. I am Gyaneshwari Agrawal and I am conducting a series of interviews with the topmost corporate leaders of the leading company around the globe. For today's interview, we have Mr. Charandeep Singh Chawla with us. He is the head of marketing and CRM at TVS Credit Service Limited. He is an expert of marketing strategy, branding and communication with over 15 years of experience. So let's get ahead and learn from his journey.
Sir, I am Gyaneshwari Agrawal from Startup Lanes, and we are really very honored to have you on board with us.
Yeah, thanks Ganeshwari. I am also very happy to be here today.
Thank you. So I would like to request you to please introduce yourself to the viewers.
I am Charandeep. I lead marketing and CRM function at TVS Credit. TVS Credit is one of the top 30 NBFCs in India. It is into business of loans for vehicles like two-wheelers, three-wheelers, tractors, used cars, used commercial vehicles. We've also in last few years ventured into consumer durable financing, SME financing, where we give business loans. So that's the gamut of products we have, and it has been exciting. Last 4.5 years I have been here and have done some really good work from brand or digital marketing point of view. And before that, I have worked with automobile and NBFCs for last 16 years or so, and have been associated either in capacity of sales, marketing strategy, or CX related functions. So that has been my journey so far.
So, sir, my very first question to you is what inspired you to join this company?
Specifically TVS Credit, see, I joined this company because there was a very uh, good vision, right? A vision for growth, which inspired me. The fact that this company actually enables financial inclusion in the country. Uh, the tagline of our company itself, right? Empowering India, one Indian at a time, is inspiring. The fact that we are able to catalyze so many lives, to do something better, right, with our products is something which inspires me a lot. So if I have to put it in a summary, the way the way the brand serves the purpose, in serving its customers, is something which inspires me a lot.
So, sir, what is like your life mantra?
My life mantra is like it's too reductive a question, but I'll try to tell like some of the things which I have always abided by while doing my work is one that anything you do, please keep customer at the center of it. So that is one key mantra of life, that you can't do things from the point of view of, okay, this is what my stakeholders want. That is also important, but the customer is the most important stakeholder, is one of the key mantras I follow. And apart from that, yes, in daily life you have to deal with different kinds of challenges. So uh, the fact that you have to have a empathy, while working for your fellow colleagues, for your peers, for subordinates, and at the same time ensure that you're result focused, you're result oriented, and get things done. I think the combination of these two things is very important. I mean, you can't be just nice all the times, but you have to be purpose driven as well as have sense of empathy towards the people who you work with. So these two things have to go together. So if I have to put now, because you've asked one life mantra, I have talking about two things. From the work point of view, it is very important to keep customer at the center of what you do. And when you're working with your colleagues, a good combination of empathy as well as a purpose driven approach will work. That's what I feel.
So, as you said, you have a really long experience. So, what was the most challenging part of your journey so far?
I mean, there have been so many challenges, right? So if I have to look at the entire journey of 16 years, one of the biggest challenges is that my entire career before I moved to TVS Credit has been in a particular city, Bombay. So moving to a totally new place, getting acquainted to a new culture, a new set of languages, though I can't claim that I understand Tamil fully, but getting acquainted to a new culture, adjusting. So these are regular parts, or you can call it a challenge or not. But in last 1.5 years, the way things have panned out across the world and the way things have panned out in India, there have been challenges in terms of COVID, getting adapted to the work from home culture, getting things done. Most of my programs are happening actually in physical space even now. But the employees, the team, everyone is sitting at their homes or working remotely. So how do you get things done? That has been one of the challenges. Then when second wave of COVID hit, many of my team members directly got impacted by COVID, right? So how do you deal? So there was a huge amount of focus on people who are getting impacted by the disease, but there were people who were not getting affected by the disease per se, but they were filling in for the people who were absent during that time. So the kind of stress I've seen in the team, and the kind of some of the people really raised their hands and did extra jobs. How do you manage those kind of, these were some of the new challenges in recent time which I can recall. But overall the journey has been really fruitful. I mean, for last 16 17 years, and especially the last 4.5 years, the kind of work I have got to do, or my team has got to do, is really exciting. So these challenges are also something which gives you a high, that okay, if there are no challenges, what is the point of then working, right? The achievements are more sweeter if you go through some challenges, right? So I think you can call them challenges, you can call them the path which one had to take to reach somewhere. So I feel that these are the two challenges which I feel, getting adjusted to new kind of culture, new kind of setup personally, and what COVID brought along, or the pandemic brought along, how you adapt to that new normal, how do you adapt to work from home culture, how do you really ensure that your team remains glued together despite all the challenges. I think that has been something which I would like to quote as the recent challenge of my journey.
So, what is that one habit that makes you more productive?
I am a lists guy, right? So I keep lists of everything. So I journal everything. I do a lot of to-do lists, and sometimes I have lists of lists. So I think that helps me. I mean, at times it becomes overwhelming, but yeah, keeping a track of the key critical tasks for the day, for the week, for the month. I think that is one habit which has been inculcated right from the start of my career. So that is one habit which I think everybody should have. I mean, apart from that, I also invest a lot of in my reading. I read a lot. At least I try to at least complete 2 books a month, and not necessarily management books, or I can read fiction, because the learning is everywhere. So I try to upskill myself. I recently completed a executive program in data science, so I do a lot of self training and upskilling, and I do a lot of reading. So and when I say reading books, apart from books, I also read a lot of stuff online. So that is something which as a habit also helps me keep abreast with what's happening outside. Another habit is that sometimes when you are working in a particular setup, and you're working with certain set of ideas, you may not realize what's happening outside, what's happening in the industry. So I tend to meet a lot of vendor partners, potential vendors, and understand what they have on offer. And meeting them, understanding what they have done for other companies also helps widen your horizons. So I spend time in self learning and upskilling, and reading, and to-do lists. So that
Yes,
is something which I think helped me a lot.
that's good. I,
So, if you get a chance to start your career again, so what would you do differently this time?
See, I am happy with where I am. But if I have to start my career again, maybe I'll, at the start of my career, I spent a lot of time in one particular field. I started off doing work in research, I think, which made me having a solid grounding in what I am doing today. But maybe I would have invested in analytics, or because it was just when I started my career post MBA, that was the time when analytics was a faint signal that this is going to become a big field. But I think I failed to catch it. I kind of jumped onto the digital marketing bandwagon, which itself was also a good decision. but maybe I should have, very early in the career, I should have spent more time in data and analytics related thing, which I have now trying to cover up by doing certain courses and all. So maybe that's the only thing, but I have no particular regrets because I am happy with the way my career has shaped up and where am I right now, right? So
So,
yeah.
can you share a quote that inspires you the most?
I mean, there are several quotes. There's no particular quote in my mind, but the one I, read recently, and I'll just read that out, because that's something which I also shared with few people last week. It goes like this: action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action, right? So this quote is very profound because it urges you that you may not always be having the perfect output, or but you should not let that come in the way of taking an action. Like the inertia is very powerful, right? Whether it is of motion or whether it is of rest. So one must act when it requires to be acted upon something, right? So I think this is a quote which I have recently come across and I found it very profound.
So, what makes you excited about Mondays?
What makes me excited about Mondays? That Friday is just 4 days away.
So, according to you, how much self-worth and happiness important in a job?
They're very important. I mean, self-worth and happiness are very important, but at the same time, not many people know how to remain happy, right? Because it's a human tendency that what you are getting today, you always want something else. So so again, a quote comes to mind. I don't remember it verbatim, but the quote is that if you want to be happy, just be, right? So that's again very simple. I don't know who. I think it's Tolstoy's quote. I don't remember, but that's the secret behind happiness, right? Because people will always want more, and there's nothing wrong with it. So what makes you happy? If your job makes you happy, you are in the good place. If your job does not make you happy, you have to work for other reasons. You do work, but find things which gives you happiness. Like for example, I told you reading gives me a lot of happiness. So even if there are bad days at office, when I read for 20-30 minutes a day, that's my escape time. So I really enjoy it.
So, as you said, you have lots of experience. So, can you describe some challenging leadership situation and how you manage people through them?
See, there are large, I feel that when you are in leadership position, right, the most of the challenging situation comes in people management, right? And because there are human emotions involved, and there are tough calls to be taken, right? There are people who will align with your expectations. There are people who will understand your goals, and they'll help you on that path, because that's the journey and everybody in your team has to take, right? There is a common shared goal, and people who align with those goals, people who understand that vision, and go along with you on that path, those are easy to handle, or those are easy to manage, and they are really good, happy situations to work with. But there will be always someone, or there will be always a situation where somebody will not align with your goals, and at that time, how do you deal with that situation? Because there are, as I said, human emotions involved. That person might have his or her own reasons for being like that. So when I recall, all the situations which have been more challenging are situations related to these kind of situations where you have to deal with human beings. You have to deal with people who are not aligned with your goals, and how do you take necessary steps that your results are there, uh, not hurting their feelings, and still getting things done, or making them come around and understand your way or your vision. I think those are the situations. I'll not like to quote anything in particular, but those are the kind of situations which generally would be challenging in leadership positions.
Yes. So, my next question is,
So, what was the most happiest, saddest, and the most inspirational moment of your life or your career?
So you're asking three questions, right?
yes, yes, the happiest one, the saddest, and the most inspirational.
See, happiest ones are, many. I mean, one of the, every time some new campaign of mine goes live or some new project achieves its results, I'm always uh, very happy. So I can recall several such campaigns, or some award is won by my team for digital campaigns and all. So that kinds of makes me happy. So there are several happy moments. Uh, the saddest moment is a death of a colleague few months back due to medical reasons, and ex-colleague, and I think in last 16 years there has been never a more sad moment. I mean, it's not necessarily work related, but it was sad and it was difficult for me to mentally reconcile with that situation. He was pretty young, so that has been the saddest moment. In terms of inspiring moments, there have been many, but one of the most inspiring moment recent times is when we launched TVS Credit's new visual identity system, and companies managing director and our CEO were part of that occasion. And it was we there are very huge management guru came and talked about certain things. And though it was an event organized by us, but the way these people spoke on the podium, and that inspired me and my team a lot. And that was a very happy and inspiring moment when we relaunched the TVS Credit visual identity system. So that was something which I felt really inspired. That was really an inspiring day.
So you have reached to a position, you have many people look up to you. So what would be your advice to them to become like you?
Well, I don't know whether it's factually true or not, whether people look up to me. But if somebody is looking to make a career in marketing, my advice is that marketing is though it sounds cliche, marketing is as much as an art as a science. It's as much a left-brained function as a right-brained function. So don't come with a mindset that marketing is just advertising or marketing is just digital marketing, because marketing requires you to have a sense, firstly, of customer, right? What is the core insight behind anything you do about the customer? That has to be understood for any creative design, for any communication design. At the same time, given the current setup where digital and tech tools or martech is playing such a big role, your left brains also need to be sharpened. You need to be good with data, you need to be good with analytics. So you have to develop a whole brain mindset. You can't have just, okay, I am a creative guy and all. Yes, there are roles for each kind of person, but if you're really looking at a fruitful career in marketing, you need to focus on both sides. That would be my advice to anybody who's looking at making a career in marketing.
So sir, how can a job seeker get a job in your company?
I mean, there are multiple ways. We often, at least for vacancies which are corporate in nature or HO, we generally post them on our LinkedIn page of the company, and people can look at those profiles, and then whoever has posted from HR, they can just write to them. So that's one way. Then of course there is a career section on our website where you can go and upload your resumes, and anytime a suitable fitting vacancy comes up with your profile, our HR will call you. So these are the two obvious ways. Apart from that, if it's a niche role, most of our leadership team members or senior team members are active on LinkedIn, and people who have a relevant fit, or who think that they have a profile matching to any particular vacancy, they can write to them as well.
So how can startups offer their products and services to your company?
It depends what kind of startups. So if there is a startup who has done work which is relevant to us, I can only talk about marketing right now. So for example, if there's a startup which is into creative development, there's a startup which is into martech, or any kind of solution which helps improve my digital or CX related programs, they can just write to me, or they can contact me on LinkedIn. And if their offering is good, we will invite them for a pitch, and that will then the necessary. So as a company, we don't distinguish between this is a startup or this is a big company. So the proposition has to be strong for us to really get interested and then work with that entity.
Okay. So sir, is there anyone you would like to thank you for supporting you in your career?
All my mentors, my current boss, my ex-bosses. So anybody who has mentored me, and my teachers, I would like to thank them. I don't want to name everybody, but my current boss, our CEO, Mr. Venkatraman. So I would like to thank him. I'd like to thank my ex-bosses, because I have learned a lot from everybody. I mean, so definitely a big thanks to them. A big thanks to all my teachers. Especially few teachers who have really shaped my values, over the years. So I like to thank, and I like to thank my family members, my parents, my wife, who have supported me through thick and thin, and through all the time. So that would be my way of, I don't know. I mean, I don't thank them enough, but this is a good opportunity to thank everybody.
So sir, what is your feedback on Startup Lanes?
This is a tough one. See, I have not worked with any particular person from your team in past, and but whatever interactions we had, they have been congenial, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
So, sir, nextly, you have to answer the questions in a line. Share your original quote.
I don't have any. There is nothing original in this world, so I generally get. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a philosopher to give a quote, so I don't have any quote. Sorry for that.
Okay, and one tip to success?
Work hard. I mean, people often say that smart work, but I think hard work is never out of fashion. So keep working hard.
Sir, what is that one mistake that every individual must avoid?
And that's a tough one. Uh, one mistake which every individual must avoid. Yeah, I think one should not fall in love with his or her own voice. I mean, if you are in a room of people, irrespective of what position you are in and what level you are at, you should always be a good listener. I mean, you should make your points, but you should always be open to the alternative viewpoint. So the mistake one should not make is that, oh, I don't want to listen to others. I think that's one thing which comes to my mind right now.
Yes, that's most important. People are missing these out these days.
So, one most important lesson you have learned so far?
Attention to detail. So that's in one line, but there's a story behind it. So when I did my first digital campaign, I had made a spelling mistake which got escalated to the highest levels, and since that is the day, anytime a creative or a communication goes out of my department, I have to go through it like multiple times. I don't think I'm 100% efficient even now, but yeah, we try to see that no such mistakes happen. So attention to detail is very important.
Sir, tell me some apps that you can't live without.
Facebook, Zomato, WhatsApp,
Okay,
Instagram.
yes.
And my last question is key for the workplace.
Key for the workplace.
Yes, like a
Being
tip
under-
to the a tip for the workplace.
Don't just sit in your cabin. Okay. So go out, meet people, meet customers, meet stakeholders, meet your peers more often. Talk to everybody.
So, lastly, I would like to thank you for your great words and for your valuable time. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. It was my pleasure as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.